Hello. So,
We have friends.
Jake and Sean. I've known you guys for quite a while now. At this point,
At least 5 years now.
Yeah,
at least, yeah. And you guys are talking about doing a podcast. We were talking about that right before we got on here.
Yeah. So we're gonna be, I guess, talking about how to do that stuff for a
And
while.
just chat, but
Yeah.
you know,
It's good
hold
to
on,
it's good to
I'm
see you
thirsty
guys.
as
I
fuck.
missed you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it's been for. Oh
I
no!
don't remember
It's
the
good.
last time I saw you guys, honestly.
Yeah, it's
Probably Warped Tour of 2018. Like,
shit.
That sounds about right, actually. Yeah.
been a
Oh
while.
my
Also-
god.
I can't reach you, but cheers, fellas. Everybody gets a Yingling.
Yes.
I gotta make another trip to Ohio soon.
Last time I was there, I picked up a couple cases and I just have them at home.
Yeah, I went to the Texas Renaissance Festival and I planned to come back and like fill my trunk up, but then I remembered other people went with me and there was no room in my trunk.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Oh, also speaking
Oh,
of them
yes.
being here, I'm gonna shout them out
So,
in the first 5 minutes.
I'll let you explain your company, sir.
Yeah, so we've been working on that for a while, me and Tyler Dentry. It's been probably since about 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
We started kind of just coming up with ideas and really wanting to do something, honestly, just for the fun of it at the start of it. And we used to talk to Aaron a lot. Obviously, you guys
Yeah.
know Aaron
Yeah.
and Vile.
Vile company.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just were like, how do we start up, or like, what can we do, and just put something out there for the hell of it. And then it was 2018 where we decided to just launch stuff. We launched like maybe 5 shirts, had them out there for a little bit, and it kind of went nowhere. So it's like,
Yeah.
no big deal, like no loss. We just figured we'd give it a shot. But then we decided that like we really wanted to actually push to do something that was more brand specific and like push something out, not even just for the sake of us doing it, but like growing as people, as an idea of like, okay, what can we do to actually represent something that represents us. And obviously like the tattoo inspired side of it we wanted to keep because both of us really liked that aspect of it, but we wanted to have the message of just something that's kind of universal, that everybody faces challenges. Like the whole thing with Vicious Elements was that because of the world and because of everything that it has to throw at you, like there's a way to keep pushing through those.
Yeah.
So just kind of as something that stands for an actual meaning, opposed to just like, hey, we're teenagers, let's put out some cool looking clothes that I would wear.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we just kind of really wanted to push something out with that, and so we rebranded and kind of pushed that out, and so we re-released everything back in December just to kind of get it out there and do it for more than just ourselves.
Yeah.
You guys came out hard, man. I
Yeah.
remember seeing it. I
tried.
was like, oh damn!
Yeah.
All right,
I mean-
they're there.
I think it's one of those. I think it's one of those things now where a lot of the local clothing companies now are doing a lot of that same thing. Like Vile did that too, and it's just we're kind of just like, all right, well, we like that idea of like it's fun to like do stuff, but after a second it gets kind of boring just doing it by yourself, and like doing it for and with other people is way better. Because then like it gives you an excuse to hang out with people. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
And
That's
just
this.
the marketing of it and getting to know people and just creating relationships with other people, even in the short time that we've like rebranded and everything, it's opened up a lot of different kind of opportunities than it's like I would have really ever thought to be a part of. And because like Tyler's band is really close with John Webb and Atypical.
Yeah.
And so we've started creating a good relationship with him and being able to kind of work with him on a lot of stuff and bounce around different ideas and just helping us grow, but also just that support between it. And then outside of that, even more companies that even he might be kind of familiar with or work with, and us trying to branch out and have that same kind of support group.
Yeah.
So just any kind of different companies, not even just clothing brands. And it's been awesome because there's been a lot of support from friends and family, but a lot of support from people we never knew.
Don't even know.
Yeah.
That.
So it's been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I know I was watching you guys like kind of do that, and I was like, all right, that's fucking cool. Because I know for me personally, I know you've been doing tattoo shit for a long time. Like, I know because like I think you did an apprenticeship at the place where I was first getting my tattoos done.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, well, that's cool, and then you just kept constantly like randomly like I'm just putting out art to put out art, and then I was like, all right, you're finally doing something with it. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah, and I think that's what it was. It's because of that tattoo apprenticeship. It didn't go the way I anticipated it to, but I think that was for the better. Obviously, growing as a person, looking back, like, I would love to still do that, like, be a great part of my life, but I thought that this would have been the best way to continue that drive of just being able to do that artwork, and because I'm still constantly drawing as if I was a tattoo apprentice, like, well, let's use this for something.
Even in a way too, I guess, like when you look in the long haul, like as a tattoo apprentice, you start really getting fucking fucked up hands. Like after a long time, it can become a worry. Like you have to really take care of your hands.
That's why I stopped drawing, because I got fucked up hands.
Arthritis.
Yeah, I don't
Old
need
hands.
I'm already getting a lot of body problems for my age. I don't need to be mid-30s and just crippled.
Dude, I go to a foot doctor. I'm not even 30 yet. Like,
everybody keeps telling me I need to see a chiropractor, and it's like, yeah, I probably do, but at the same time, like,
that's admitting defeat. You don't admit defeat.
Yeah, I'm a dad at heart. Like, I'm all right. I'm just gonna take a nap real quick and drink a beer. I'll be good.
Be a dad.
Yeah,
I found a Bud Light. No,
my back actually started hurting right as soon as we talked about that.
Yeah, you're just like, oh,
I know
man,
mine's gonna fuck with me in a little bit.
Oh, my sciatica. Terrible. No,
yeah, it's cool, man. Like, I remember I think I was sitting down here when I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had just started this, and then my life kind of went to shit, and then this was our drive, and then I was like scrolling through Facebook, and I was like, oh, sick. I'm like, this actually looks like a real ad and everything.
Oh, yeah, in December. Yeah, that's right when you moved in here.
Yeah, that's why since we decided to rebrand with everything, we wanted to go heavy. And obviously, it's pushing heavy on a budget.
Yeah.
Like, neither of us have the money to full-on invest to say, like, hey, we are going to go balls to the wall with it and, like, drop anything that we can into it to hope it works out. Like, what can we do to really push it but not screw ourselves? Because, I mean, both of us work full-time. We both have a lot of different stuff going on in our lives that we can't drop just to invest in a company that may or may not work. So it's like, okay, what can we do to, like, plan? And that was not even just months. I think we started heavily planning and rebranding probably back in, like, January.
Yeah.
And it took until December to just say, okay, we're ready. Let's launch what we have now and just go with it. So, like, a full year of, like, making sure that, okay, we are ready to do this.
Well, it makes sense. It's kind of one of those things where, I guess, you were in a band, too, so same thing where I realized, like, you take the time before you release it to make sure it's good when you release it. So you don't just rush. And that's why you end up in bands like, I did.
Yeah. That's where it gets really hard too, is because of that anticipation and like being in a band. That was the biggest thing, is you're sitting on something and that excitement and anticipation. I'm just like, man, I really want to like release this, and it's like I really want to tease this, but then at the same time shit happens and some of that stuff constantly gets pushed back. So it's like that worry of like, I don't want to be that guy to put out there and be like, coming soon, keep your eyes peeled, wait for this, and then it's like
and then it
5 months later, like promise it's actually a thing, like it's there, just keep looking, only a couple more months, like you got to make sure that it's like 100% ready to go, and then line it up as like, okay, I know that we'll be good if we tease it now, that nothing can fuck it up, and it's like, okay, so it's like, it's really hard on like, man, I really just want to like drop this. I've got designs that I'm sitting on currently that's like, I really want to tease these even and just like see what people think about it, but like I don't know when I'm going to get around to actually getting stuff printed for photo shoots and stuff. So it's like, I don't want to tease a design now, and then it's like, oh, well, it's going to be about 4 months until I actually get to put it on the website. So, like, it's tough, but...
There were a lot of nights, like right at the beginning of COVID, where he would message me, like, what do you think about this design? What do you think about that? Like, a lot of the first drop designs that are on their stuff.
Yeah.
Sean was asking me for opinions, like, this color, this... on this shirt or this shirt, where should this sit on the shirt? So it's definitely a it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
I remember whenever you were still working at the vape shop is when you first, like, at least to me, brought up I want to start a clothing company, because the vape shop he worked at had a
clothing press,
had a printing press there for their stuff, and he was like, oh, I can, they said I could use it for a few things, and
I mean, I think we had at the time we'd even thought about, like, maybe even we had talked about even maybe coming to you because we knew about that, like, to do stuff, and then we just ended up, we had a last minute. We ended up going through Ink Addict.
I was gonna say, honestly, for the better though.
But
it wasn't the greatest quality, and it was overpriced, but. I had free range to do what I wanted, at least. So at the time, it was like, okay, this might be something. And I'm kind of glad it didn't work out the way that I tried to push it originally, though.
Yeah. Also, we should say it's for anyone that can't read or the audio listeners, it's Vicious Elements Clothing Company.
Yeah.
I was realizing,
we'll
just in case that wasn't clear.
In the description.
Yeah, it'll be in the description. But no, like, for you. Like, especially, like, him sending you merch, it makes a lot of sense, because, obviously, like, for what we all know, personally, between us, you were a merch guy for a while.
Yeah.
And, like, very involved in the music scene, obviously, too. So, like, I think you probably know what the fuck's, like, looks good or not.
Right, and especially because of, like, the branding and the style of things, and since...
We both share a love for tattoo designs and
stuff. Yeah.
Like that traditional tattoo style artwork. So, I mean, obviously, like, we both have a affinity for that art style. So,
yeah. Well, because when designing stuff, it's really hard to look at it as like, okay, I would wear this, but getting that outside opinion on, like, would other people wear this as well? Like, I can make stuff that I like all day long, but obviously you've got to appeal to bigger audiences.
Yeah.
And so something that's like, okay, let's not design based on what I think looks cool, but, like, focus on, like, okay, what makes sense. And even the designs that we have that still have, like, that tattoo inspiration, a lot of thought went behind it on, like, okay, what has meaning behind it even? Because, like, obviously, tattoos are very meaningful with representation and things that people, like, want to get a spirit animal or something tattooed on them and what that represents to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can we do that fits within branding, that is inspirational, that still kind of fits with that tattoo vibe of things? And so, like, doing stuff that has a tattoo meaning, that has a very positive message behind it. And it's like, a lot of it's not obvious either.
Yeah.
Like, the designs that I've done, there's not necessarily an obvious meaning behind it looking at it, but, like, that thought went into designing it. I'm like, I'm doing it for this specific reason.
Yeah.
Either people understand it or they don't.
Yeah.
And
a lot of tattoos are like that way, too, though, man.
Exactly.
Like, if people look at ours, we got the pizza. Yeah. You're gonna see a pizza and be like,
I have some stupid fucking
like pizza.
tattoos.
Yeah,
I know.
So we were there for a lot,
but there's meaning,
done.
Yeah.
Well,
like behind all of them.
One of my most complimented tattoos is the stick figure dude I have on my calf. Like, I got it literally because I was like, it's been too long. I want to get something. Yeah. That'd be funny for if I do drum videos, having a dude on my leg for, like, playing, just him going like this up and down. And I was like, that's it. I put his head on the crook of my calf, so it looks like it's bent.
Exactly,
like,
and anybody can twist any type of design into a meaning for themselves. Like, it doesn't have to have an overall, like, meaning of, like, oh, well, I've got a lion tattoo because I'm courageous and I'm a Leo. And, like, you don't have to have that obvious meaning behind something. And that's where, like, our most popular design, even with everything we've released since the first drop, our Sparrow shirt has been the number one, to where it's like, it was a limited launch. The first launch was limited, 1 month, it was gone. And so many people even now keep asking, like, put it back on the site, please. And somehow that became our most popular one. And the meaning behind it, I feel, was the most thought out for me that I don't think most people would understand. And it's because, like, one of the big symbols between a sparrow is just, like, that power and strength. And so having the knife going through it is literally just representing the brand as, like, even with something trying to keep that sparrow down, like, still pushing on and that power and strength to, like, drive through anything that's trying to hold it back.
Yeah.
And that's why I designed it the way that I did, but it was also just like it looks cool. Like,
Yeah.
It rounds out
yeah,
the shirt,
right.
and it became our most popular design. It's like, I can guarantee probably more than 50% of the people who really like that shirt probably don't even see that meaning
Yeah,
by
they just
looking
thought
at
it
it.
was
It's
cool.
just it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, because that has the most special thought out meaning behind it, it's like, well, that's cool, because it shows that it's like the things that we're trying to put our hard work into representing, whether like fully noticed or not, like, it's getting noticed, and it's something that's gonna bring out a little bit more of that positive message that we wanted to try to represent.
Yeah. And I love that, dude. Like,
It sounded like you were gonna get real deep there.
I did.
And I
It
love
did.
it.
It did. I oversold that. I oversold the shit out of that. But no, I mean, I also, like, for Jake at least, like, definitely wanted to ask you, like, because you toured a lot with Rumors and other bands, I'm sure, right? Just from the meantime, I know, I thought you did a couple, like, just extra tours here and there.
Not like full tours. The only full tour I went on was Rumors' one and only tour. We went out to the west side of the state a couple times for a couple back-to-back shows, so I guess you could call it a tour. But
Gotcha.
It counts.
Yeah.
Of Tyrants.
no, that was the full East Coast tour, was with Of Tyrants and Valleys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solid dudes.
Yeah. That looked like it was fun. From pictures.
It was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of stuff that you normally wouldn't see. Experienced a lot of crazy shit. And just living in a van for a week was ridiculous.
Yeah.
With 6 dudes we only hung out with each other, really.
Yeah.
And especially me and Tommy, like,
Yeah.
both of you know how close me and Tommy are, so
Yeah.
being in a van with him for a week, it was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. That's, oh god.
That's
Yeah.
a dream for anybody that's in a band within, like, the early ages too, though. It's like, I don't want to tour or anything to, like, get big. It's just the thought, like, I want to hang out with my friends. I want to have a good time and enjoy that. Like, it's the memories of it. I don't care where it goes. Like,
Yeah.
Would it be cool to have had a RV or something more comfortable to sleep in instead of wood with some carpet nailed to it? Absolutely, but the same things wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that's, for me, that's unfortunately, like, one thing we never got to get to. I was close to, like, I was lining up buying a van and shit.
yeah.
Or going to be. And, yeah, we just never got around to doing that type stuff. Like, that's the hardest part is, because we were going to try to not get one that we would have to fix a bunch. Which is,
It's really hard to come across, especially if you want to even do like a 3-day like weekend tour of East Coast stuff, New York, New Jersey, Philly, those kind of places. It's not far by any means, but you still need a reliable van to get you at least there and back.
Yeah, with all the stuff.
Even our van, we broke down in Florida halfway through the tour, and
I remember
the flywheel ended up going on it. So we were like, well, fuck, what do we do? Because none of us had any money. We all still worked bullshit minimum wage jobs at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were like,
dream.
we called Corbin, who was the manager of them at the time, and we're like, Corbin, what do we do? Like, do we leave? Do we get money wire? What? Can you wire us money? And he was like, well, see how much it is, and we'll go from there. And we found we found some random little trans shop up the road, and I don't remember how much it was, but it was ridiculous. And
Yeah, because he's like, I'm the only one.
right, and,
Exactly.
so we were like, okay, fuck it, because not the next day, but the day after on the tour was back in Michigan,
Yeah.
and then we were gonna go back out, and so we're like, we'll just sacrifice a day and go home and get the van fixed, and then play the Michigan show and then go back out.
Yeah.
So that's what ended up happening. But it was fucking sketchy because going home from Florida to Michigan, we couldn't shut the van off because we did not know if it was going to start again. Like it was.
Yeah,
So
so
you're
you're like,
just pumping
all right,
gas
one
to
was,
try.
run it?
yeah. Well,
I've been there.
so yeah, that's what we had to do. Like every couple hundred miles, we had to fill up, and we're like, okay, do not, like, whoever was driving, like, don't shut the fucking van off. So I'm passed out in the back of the van, and you know, being in it for 5 days already, you get used to the sound, and then it not being there, I was like, who the fuck turned the van off? And I wake up and someone was pumping gas, and I was like, dude, you better fucking hope that this shit starts, because if we get stranded in West Virginia or wherever the fuck we were, like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, you're like, fuck. Yeah. Dude, that would suck.
It did.
Just
Unfortunately, I think that's a part of like any band that's starting to tour.
Yeah, you have
You
it's gonna
have
happen.
van problems. Like
It's
you
gonna
are
break
not
down.
going to successfully go out of state for anything without having like any
Something
type of
happen.
vehicle
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah,
like,
wheel-
kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, something's gonna. Yeah, if nice van, your wheel's gonna blow up. Like
Yeah.
it's like.
Shitty
Something's
van,
gonna
your
happen.
trans is gonna go out on
Yep.
Yeah.
There's like there's a pretty like weird like singular line of like just this is going to happen if you have this type of van.
right.
It's-
You
It's
go to
like a
St.
rite of
Louis, you
passage.
just don't have a van anymore.
The only way around it is if you somehow have enough money to get like the nicest vehicle for touring, which at that point you probably also have money put into just making yourself a little bit bigger than you should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all know those bands in the local scene that I won't name, but
Yeah. It is what it is. You know.
Or with
You try. You do what you do. Fucking name drops. No. Nah.
We're gonna up the audio right there.
You can get a little bit of
Houses,
ASMR. What I said.
yeah.
You know. But
This
unfortunately,
is really
like,
fucking good, by the way.
dude. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Holy
You see
shit.
what it looks like.
I don't
mean-
know. Does it look like Sobe?
Nope. It looks like
Yeah.
stuff that.
Yeah, I was gonna say nice.
kind
It
looks
is
like,
also called
spermis-
smooth.
some
just
sperm-
kind of looks like smooge if you could imagine what that looks like.
But it tastes really good. You should try
I like
Yeah.
it.
There's a pina colada one, and apparently they're working on like a prickly pear one.
That sounds good.
I kind of came across them on a whim and was like, let's try it out.
I would never
I've been
think
hooked.
hard seltzer smoothie, but
Yeah.
that's a fucking smoothie.
Tastes like a fucking
Right.
smoothie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That gets
Like-
you fucked up.
Yeah, that's really good.
I like it a lot.
Ugh. Sorry to
yeah,
derail the
They're
important
expensive
talking.
for a fair warning, but
I mean,
Very
I
worth
get it. It,
Very
ta-
worth
it it tastes fucking good. Smooge, M-O, or wow.
The S is silent.
The S is silent. Yeah, S-M-O-O-J. Interesting. I like it a lot though.
Watch, now that I covered up the Yingling can, we're gonna get sponsored by Smoosh.
I mean, I would not be mad.
I'd
And
be
then
cool.
it's
Are they
how
Michigan?
we're getting our fruit intake
I don't
every
know.
day.
It says legit fruit on the can.
Yeah, Ann Arbor.
okay.
Oh,
So I was gonna say I did see a post. There's that Holmes Brewery in Ann Arbor, and
okay.
they have the new one on tap as like a tester to see how it does. But I was like,
It's gonna do well.
it's like it's not branded as Holmes Brewery that I know of on the can. So it's like, is it Holmes that's actually making this?
It's Trubato,
Maybe.
is what it said.
Huh.
Oh, cool. Ann
We're
Arbor.
just gonna get you get sponsored by just shotgunning them on camera constantly.
That might hurt.
Oh, that would you would die.
That's
Ugh.
that's our
Just-
plan for the podcast.
We're just gonna
Yeah.
constantly shotgun smooges.
Oh,
The
No, we
smooge
have a whole
luge.
plan.
Yeah, because we were looking all right. So like, obviously, if you want to have a nice podcast setup, you've got to have like the whole background. And it's like, what's popular? neon lights. So it's like, well, I'm not investing in a custom neon light at the moment, so what can we find that, like, represents us and just how we are together? And I found a Miller Lite neon light, and it's Miller time. And it's like, we found that, and it's like, that's perfect for us. That's all we drink when we're together, usually.
Yeah.
And so that tossed up the idea to where it's like, all right, we're going to get this and have it in the background for our podcast. But because we're doing that, it's now going to become a podcast tradition to where at some point, like every episode, one of us has the right to just call out it's Miller time, and we have to shotgun a beer.
That's perfect.
Like stop talking, and then like I proposed the idea of, okay, someone calls out it's Miller time, and then like we'll stop the conversation we were having, get up, shotgun a beer, and go right back into it, like nothing happened. Just
Nothing's
100%.
changed.
Or not even say it's Miller time. Just like randomly stop mid podcast, get up, shotgun a
pull
beer,
it out.
and just go right back. Like, obviously, film the aftermath of shotgunning a beer, and then
Or you guys could like get like a timer. And then do like random number between 1 and however 60 minutes for your
Let the timer
podcast,
go
and then you just pick and then it's just whenever it goes off, you're just like fuck, all right.
That's a good idea too, actually. 'Cause it's like
That way you guys have no choice. It's just whatever that rando number. It's like 1. You're like, oh,
that was one of the things we said. We're like, okay,
literally just like, hello, fuck.
no, each podcast, one of the three of us we would determine beforehand. Okay, it's your week 2.
You call
the shotgun,
Yeah,
and
'cause then it's like somebody's in charge of like, what's gonna be the best moment to really fuck this up? It's like you only get one shot during the podcast, so it's not like Jake can be in charge and just constantly keep calling it out for the entire hour. It's like you get one, make it count. But
You
it's
guys
like
are just
we won't know when it's coming. It's just whenever they decide, like, you know what? Yeah, it's Miller time. Just like, well, let's shotgun a beer then. It's just, it's on brand for who we are, so it's like, why not do it? Like,
just talking about a funeral, and just someone's just like, and then my grandpa
really
walked up
depressing.
to the altar, and I was like, and he was like,
It's Miller time. Oh, you could get real creative with it too, though. If you have like points in it where you watch like a video or something, you're like, dude, you guys got to check this out. You can pre-record a video of you coming in like halfway through the video, just walking into frame, just going, it's Miller time, and then just bam.
I mean, that's that.
Yeah,
That's what you do with that.
we need to get into some sponsored ads, so that way at some point in the video we have an ad that's whatever Miller's latest commercial is, and as soon as it comes back, it's just a shotgunning and beer goes right back into it.
Yeah. That'd be perfect, man.
Somebody's watching and just like, what the fuck? There's ads in this podcast? Why is it Miller? They're shotgunning Miller? This is ridiculous.
You guys need to have a counter for when you guys fuck up your shotgun. the fuck up counter.
Oh, that'd be cool as hell, man.
No,
We want to laugh.
We want to add more ridiculous things to this, but
We will. I'm just imagining when you guys do that and you fucking like cough up and
I mean, Jake's like basically a second for shotgun a beer, so we'll probably
Yeah.
just put a timer to see how quick it is.
the quick timer. Oh god, but
it's kind of disgusting how quick I can do it.
if you can believe it, I shotgunned my first beer last year.
I swear we've shotgunned a beer
I
before
don't
together.
believe we have.
We had to have.
I don't
at
believe
Josh's
so.
house at least once.
I don't
believe
know.
so. Maybe if I was like very heavily intoxicated.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
The first one I remember.
Maybe not, because the only times I've been around you when you've been really fucked up
cut,
was
Transition, buddy. I'm
Hold
sorry.
on. Yeah, we'll finish this
We'll do
after
that.
transition. There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello. Transition.
But yeah, so I think I've only shotgunned like 2 beers in my life. Like it's not very often. Like when I was with him, I did a lot more shots
right.
Yeah, I did
when
a
I
lot
was with
more
him.
shots,
Like
too.
cuz all our heavy drinking was just mostly just let's do shots and just constantly drinking whatever mixed drink and jungle juice
Yeah.
was around or whatever.
Let's make it a point to kill this 5th tonight. Just the 2
Yeah.
of us. You know?
Fucking being
Yeah.
Xander with the half gallons, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
I
Not
was supposed to do that at the cabin with him over the weekend. We were gonna kill a whole half gallon and then like Next thing you knew, we were doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, other stuff.
Yeah.
We were fucking each other in the woods. Yeah, it was
That's
cool.
what I thought you meant by other stuff. So.
Other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only one
Bonding.
shotgun that I remember.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I probably should shotgun more beers in my life. Just randomly. Like it's not like it's a good. It's not like a good thing to add, but I think it'd be a funny thing to add to your
It's
life.
fun, like
It's a
as
fun
a group
idea.
activity. It's,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
It's a bonding thing.
Yeah.
You know? You get
The
a circle
idea
together.
of it
and
is like, hey, you want a shotgun a beer, and it's like, yeah. And then as soon as you're standing there and it's
You're
like
like,
ready to come
no.
down, it's like, I'm literally about to hate my life in 5 fucking seconds. Why are we doing this again? And then we'll do it, and it's like, that was the worst idea we've ever had. Why did we do that? Give it an hour, and it's like, you want a shotgun another beer?
Dude, I did it with
Nonstop all night.
I did it with sake. I went to a hibachi restaurant. You know, they give you a little
yeah.
squirt of the sake.
Yeah.
This dude, I mean, he had a huge squirt bottle, 2 of them, and he'd sprayed it in my mouth for so long that it was almost empty. And as soon as it was done, I was like, that was a mistake. And then he kept coming back and kept doing it. At the end of the night, I woke up the next day.
Yeah.
Did not remember it. Went to work.
I think that would be funny if like there was just a guy out there who just like who was like, all right, I have to shotgun 1 beer a day and like has a random timer and just it goes off and he just aggressively just gets angry. He's like in the middle of his work meeting and it just goes off and he's just like,
Hang on,
fuck,
guys.
just pulls his knife out.
He gets whatever he wants, like $1 million or some shit. But for 16 years, he has to shotgun 1 beer every day
And he
at a random time.
just develops like hardcore PTSD for timers because he just keeps waking up like having to. Just so mad.
Depending on the profession, makes it even better. Like, he's a fucking heart surgeon or something.
Yeah, oh my
In the
God.
middle of heart surgery, just beep, just like, well, hold on.
So you gotta turn around so he doesn't get any beer foam in the fucking heart. He's like, I did that once before. That wasn't fun. Got a talking to from my boss
You want to do that for the next month?
shotgun a beer every day.
at a random time.
No.
Just
There
pick
you go.
1, 2, 3 counter.
I'll
d-
message the group
random
chat.
1 to
Yeah, you're in
24.
charge of it. You just have to message back, hey, shotgun a
Fuck.
beer.
Hey,
It's Miller time.
And you don't ever know my schedule, man. I could be
Yeah, we're
first
gonna be
shift,
fucking
second shift. You
sleeping.
don't know.
Just
He's
like
gonna
wake up, it's
FaceTime
like,
call.
fuck.
He's gonna FaceTime you guys until you wake up and just be like, "It's Miller time," and then hang up.
Yeah, we have to carry a beer in our pocket at all times.
It's just constantly warm and foamed up because you've been walking with it.
Jake's probably going to be taking a shit and just like,
Yeah, he's gotta reach down into his pocket down there and grab it. All right, fuck it. At least I'm here.
Man, that reminds me of that. Going back to lockdown, were you guys part of that Michigan chugging group?
Oh,
I was
yeah.
for a few,
Dude.
like a couple weeks, and then it just got
was-
ridiculous.
it was great
just
for the first couple weeks.
Yeah.
What, a year and a half later, and people are
Yeah,
still posting
still
out there
in
like,
there.
what are you drinking? Like, nothing, I'm working
Yeah, I'm
again.
at work.
Yeah.
I'm an adult again.
I didn't stop working the entire time. My job
I
never
was.
shut down.
Me neither.
I was
So-
off for like 10 weeks. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I was off for. I think I went back in mid-May.
See, I
Or
kind of wish
mid-April.
I would have. Granted, unemployment sounded like it was a bitch to try to get
It was.
hold of. But like,
Mine got screwed.
once
Like,
people
yeah.
did, it's like I worked the entire pandemic and people were making more on unemployment than I was because they were like cheating the system somehow. My roommate, one of them, like somehow he managed to get a hold of unemployment, was getting that on top of getting paid under the table for doing like labor work with our friend while also somehow getting money like in his bank account from whatever and like stacking it up, and it's like, dude, you're making like
I knew a guy like that too.
I say, how are
Yeah.
you making like $1,000 a week and you're literally laying in bed playing video games all day?
Yeah.
I'm working still. This sucks.
Yeah,
See,
that.
I for like 6 weeks of it, I still got paid by my job, and I was off because they didn't know when we were going to come back. But they were like,
Yeah.
"We're going to pay you 40 hours a week, you know, and then hopefully you'll be back in a month." And then it was 6 weeks, and then they're like, "All right, we can't, so you're going to have to do unemployment for the remainder." I was a little butthurt about that because other people on unemployment were getting like $600 more than me. And I was like, it's really nice that my job's paying me. And I appreciate them. And I love them because this is a nice vacation. And I started a month ago.
Yeah.
But
I could
be making a lot more right now to just sit here and drink. And then I wouldn't have to go to any meetings on Fridays.
Right.
Which those were fun because every single one of us was drinking. We realized like week 5, like someone was sitting there. We're all on a Teams chat, and he just goes. Everyone was quiet. They're like, "What you drinking there, man?" He's like, "It's just a Dr. Pepper." And then, like 30 minutes later, he takes a swig of it, and we're all like, "Hey!" Because every single one of us had them.
It's just the Dr. Pepper.
But it was nice, man.
Being home and like doing work stuff is the weirdest thing. Because like we'll do, since we're still working from home, we'll do like every now and then we've done a team Zoom call for like our team outing in place. And it's like, oh, we can't all meet up right now to go do stuff like we normally would. So it's like, let's hop in a Zoom call and just talk and like play online games or something and like drink or whatever. And it's like, I feel really weird sitting in a Zoom meeting drinking a beer with my boss.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
He's just like,
am I supposed to be doing this? Yeah, with no pants on because it's only waist up. Like,
he's just like, how you doing there, old sport? You doing great? I like it. You had good progress. You like?
Could you
do you like
imagine?
the Fortnite?
He just pops in the Zoom chat and he's like, "All right, guys, we got to get really serious right now. It's Miller time." And you're like, "Fuck!" Jake's standing behind him like, "Ha ha ha!"
he crashes the Zoom meeting. He's like, "Damn it!"
Your boss is just like, look, I can do the Fortnite dance. And
It's
Jake
hilarious,
just
too.
walks in. He's like, it's Miller time.
If I did do that, it's funny as fuck because Sean's webcam on his computer. If I were to kick the door in, it would be like neck down. So
It would just be a floating head for you.
Just butt ass naked.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like butt ass naked. You wouldn't see my face or anything. You just see a door kick open in a dimly lit room and just some fucking naked dude standing in the doorway with a beer.
All the RGB just like, shining off of your hairy body.
Yeah,
Dude, I had
just
that.
coming covered in like Christmas lights, naked, just yelling, it's Miller time.
My ex was in a Zoom meeting and I was home and I'm sitting there already drunk at like fucking noon. And I come around the corner and I'm looking at the TV, like watching a show, just completely scratching my nuts, like fully in there. And I just look over, I'm like, "Hey babe, what are you?"
Oh, yeah.
And there's one dude just looking directly at me and I'm like,
He
"Get out
gets
of
it.
this now." But I mean, I was in there like a solid couple minutes.
Like,
Anytime I have to hop in a meeting, like I make sure my door's locked to my room because my one roommate, I don't trust him.
yeah.
Like, because our other buddy streams, and so he's on Twitch and he'll stream. And our roommate, there's one stream where he literally like snuck into his office space.
It was fucking hilarious.
And he was crawling on the floor behind him on webcam, on stream, live on Twitch, and he just sat there behind him the entire time. Didn't notice for like 5 minutes, and he's just sitting there, getting closer and closer. It's like, I don't trust you. You're gonna come in while I'm in the middle of work, probably in your underwear because that's all you wear around the house. Like, I'm gonna get fired today.
You're gonna be sitting there. He's just gonna show up and start rubbing your nipples in the middle of your meeting. Like,
The last thing I need is some bear-looking dude walking into my fucking room during a work meeting and having all of my coworkers just like, what's going on here?
your boss is like, is he trying to make you lactate? Like, he's really working them nipples, man.
I think my boss would find it funny, honestly.
It would. I would die. It would be hilarious, but it's like, man, it's like I'm not gonna be able to go to work tomorrow.
No. Oh God, yeah.
We're gonna need you to come back to the office tomorrow.
Hey, look, the lock on my door broke. He's weird. I don't get it. I talked to him about it. That's all I got.
It's like he's literally just he walks around the house in like boxers or basketball shorts, but like every inch of his body is hair besides the top of his head. It's like, that's not what I need all my coworkers to see. Like,
Well, be like, look, at least he's like
coming in like midstream.
Oh my god.
he's semi-clothed.
yeah,
That's all you need.
Look,
he's wearing a sweater. We're good.
his underwear are clean. Give him that.
Can't guarantee
Sometimes.
that
Oh,
he's...
God.
Disclaimer out there, I'm not sure.
What's that stain? I don't know.
I always did want to mess with people during Zoom meetings, but then I was like, no, because then someone's going to do that to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, 'cause have you seen, like, TikTok and stuff like that? There's people that, like, hack into Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened to us at work.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, one of the dudes on TikTok that, like, he literally just hacks into company Zoom meetings. It somehow happened to us.
That's
And
funny. And you're
dude
like, hey,
just-
that guy.
He's running just in a park shirtless. And he's talking about, like, oh, yeah, we need to start getting our health in check, eat healthier, exercise. And, like, it's just, like, trying to be this inspirational. And everybody's sitting there, like
Who's
who the
gonna
fuck is
boat
this
him?
dude? Like,
I saw the one where they hacked into like I think it was like a high school Zoom meeting.
yeah.
They just started like cussing up a storm and they're drinking the whole time and they're like, "Fuck Miss, what's your name? Fuck Miss." Like,
There's one, I don't know if they hacked into it, but I saw it in the video. It might have been one of the students, but it was like a college Zoom meeting
Yeah.
for a course. And either somebody hacked it or it was just one of the students trying to troll. But, like, the Zoom meeting started and they started presenting as, like, they were the professor of the class. And the professor's just like, who are you? He's like, wait, who are you? It's like, he's trying to convince the professor that's like, no, I think you're in the wrong Zoom meeting. This is for, like, economics or whatever. And, like, I mean, you can sit here and learn if you want, but I'm trying to get class started, so if you could please be quiet. It's just like,
Just takes it over, and this guy's just like, I'm not good with confrontation. I'm just gonna sit
I
here.
honestly, if it was my class, I would think I was in the wrong one and be like, "I'm sorry, my bad," and then I'd leave it and then be like, "Wait."
It backfires because the whole class is like, fuck, and they all just leave, and
would.
you're like, oh no, it's just that teacher dude.
no, you leave like, oh, my bad, wrong Zoom meeting. You click back in like, sorry, wrong one again. Can't find it. Got to email all of my students and be like, no class today, I guess. Can't find the proper Zoom meeting.
Oh darn!
Or
Pop in one more time.
until it's like, okay, I created a new one. Here's the new link for anybody that needs it because I can't find it, and just nobody joins.
I would
You just-
still present.
No.
Honestly.
You pop in one more time, it's just like the stomach face, like old school. Fucking like, oh shit, wrong meeting, and then leave.
Actually, I had that with D&D yesterday. I forgot about it, and I wound up like driving home from work and jumping into the Discord, and fucking I couldn't get my phone to connect to my radio, so I'm sitting there the whole time like muting and then trying to, I'm gonna fire an arrow and how far am I? And then I finally got it connected like right at the end, but. Dude, I just kept like dropping out and coming back in like right at my turn. I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on here. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, we're getting closer to the end, so we have a question we usually ask all our guests.
It's
So,
a very personal question.
Well-
We'll ask the both of you.
two of them actually, but you asked.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
there's
I'm
two
gay.
questions. The
Curse to the
first
left.
question is pretty relevant. When's the last time you shit your pants? Not when you were sick. I mean, just like shit.
Like, just, like, shit, or just like I have to fart, but like, oops.
There's a little
I
streak.
mean, I
that's
guess
fine.
maybe if it's a funny story at least, but like, because
I honestly can't remember.
yeah,
I
that's
really
the thing.
don't remember.
Because most
I'm
of the time
pretty
it
sure I've
really is
asked
just
it
like you were
before,
sick.
actually.
I mean, I have
Or-
IBS, so like it's pretty
Yeah,
like likely that I'll shit myself on any given day. But
yeah,
I mean, I've come this
Close.
like
I have
like,
IBS too, and it,
yeah.
I was gonna say there's been plenty of those times where I think I did, and it's like you let something out, and it's just like Like, oh no.
I
it's like I can feel it, like it's wet or something. It's like
it wasn't.
no,
It's just-
I'm good. It's
Just real fucking hot and
it's just
steamy.
real bad.
Your
But yeah,
ass was a
like-
sauna.
Like in a legitimate sense, honestly, I don't know. And because with that, it's funny. Our friend group has a rule to if somebody in the friend group does shit their pants, no words can be spoken. You're just not allowed to talk to the friend group for 2 months.
Oh.
So it's like
See,
if-
ours
So, like,
is
if by
one
some
of us
all of a
just
sudden
randomly
you just
disappears,
dip-
goes,
if by
goes-
some chance somebody shits their pants, it's like, don't talk to us for 2 months. Come back like nothing happened. You don't have to tell us you shit yourself, but don't talk to us for 2 months.
So when you guys start your podcast,
All
I'm gonna
of a
wind up.
sudden-
I'm gonna shit my pants and then hit you up 2 months later and be like, "Hey, can I be a guest?"
All of a sudden,
Why
is Jake-
mid podcast that happens? You just get up and walk
Leave.
out.
No explanation. You just get up and walk out.
2
2
months
months
later,
later,
new
part
episode.
two.
You walk in.
Like nothing happened.
Part 2.
finish the other half.
Oh,
Where's Jake been for 2 months? Well,
He died.
he's
I don't know,
gone.
he did something. He was in Egypt. I don't know.
All right.
And no, the second one,
question.
like, okay, so parallel universe, whatever you do does not affect your home timeline. You do what you do, see what happens, and you come back. If you could go to any time and fuck with it to see how it would affect the future, where would you go and what would you do?
And how do you think it would affect it? Again, it will not affect this timeline.
Yeah.
You get to see what happened, but it doesn't affect here now.
So like a trial run. Like, okay,
yeah.
what would happen if I did change it, but it's not actually
Exactly, yeah. Essentially, like, deciding, like, you know, the generic answer is, like, what if someone actually killed Hitler before he did the whole
I feel
stuff?
like that's such a cliche.
Yeah,
one to,
so that's
to
what I
go
mean,
to.
like, so, like,
as
what
much
would...
as that would be fantastic to have happened, but
Boring.
I mean, hoping that it actually changed the timeline. I'd go back before Steve Irwin passed.
Oh.
No, I
Actually,
like to add
that
a
was-
caveat where you create a new timeline. So you can create a better timeline for other people, but not for us. So like Dragon Ball Z rules, like Trunks goes back, fixes their shit, but then goes back to fucking the
his time
apocalypse.
isn't. Okay.
I mean, either way, I think saving Steve Irwin would save everybody. So
See, what's funny is that's what Jake said, our first guest. That was
Yeah.
his answer to Jake Clark. He was like, I'm gonna fucking kill that Sting, right?
yeah, dude, everything went south. I swear.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That
yeah.
or Harambe. Stop that kid from hopping in the...
I do have a Harambe tattoo. So
He does.
Good shit.
I can agree
Good.
with that.
There you go.
No, but Steve Irwin was a positive dude. He kept everything happy. Like, we need that. Things went
Yeah.
to shit. Steve Irwin would save it.
I think it'd be funny to go fuck with Attila the Hun. Like, not in any kind of like if you went back with like somewhat like minor technology, so he like wouldn't actually kill you. You could just like a bulletproof vest or whatever, and just like fucking with him. Only like every couple months or so though, just make him think like you're a random spirit.
Because you shit your pants and then you gotta
Yeah,
come back
you
2
just
months
always
later.
show up.
He
Shit your
only showed up
pants
every 2 months.
and then leave.
But
But-
what about you, Jake?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I don't know. I've been thinking.
Like, for me, my real answer was, like, save the Library of Alexandria.
That's a good one.
But then there's also, like, the funny answer of, like...
Harambe or
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
My
shit
funny
like that.
answer would be go back in time, find my dad, and then beat the shit out of him. Yeah. I don't remember my real answer. I don't remember half the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know what I say in this fucking thing ever.
I don't know. I don't have a specific person, but any really influential musician
Yeah.
that passed away, just to see if they wouldn't have died, how music as a whole would be.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
That's a
I
good
know a
one,
lot
too,
of people
actually.
don't like the Beatles or John Lennon think that, but
Yeah.
regardless of your feelings on the Beatles, they did have a huge influence on
yeah,
music as a whole.
Yeah.
So I would like to see, you know, okay, well, what if John Lennon didn't die? What if George Harrison didn't die? And
Yeah.
would they still be together? Would they do a reunion tour? You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, we would've
Shit
got
like
a
that.
reunion tour.
Jim Morrison.
I was gonna say, what if Kurt Cobain didn't die? Like,
Right.
there's a
Like,
lot,
what
there's
would
a
Kurt
lot of
Cobain not dying have done for the grunge genre?
Oh, that's the thing with Kurt Cobain is I guess to me, like, I don't know if the problem I worry about with some of those is like, would they be legends if they hadn't died at that time, or because their careers would have died out over time, they wouldn't be as legendary? Obviously, like, I don't think Nirvana's like what they did would have been taken away, but I don't know if Kurt would have been as legendary if it wasn't for how he went out.
Not even Kurt. Like, how many kids growing up in the early '90s saw Nirvana on MTV or saw them live and were like, you know what, I want to do this. And then him dying furthered them to want to do it because
exactly.
Yeah,
but that's the alternative of it too.
Right.
Is like that.
How many of those didn't happen?
Them passing. It's like that influence of like to keep the memory alive, or like that inspiration to it. It's like, what would have changed if they wouldn't have gone? And it's like, would that have continued for the rest of music, or would it have progressed way differently because people weren't trying to mimic or pay honor to something?
I also go like the chaotic evil route. Like when people say something like, "Oh, I go back and save Steve Irwin," I start to think like, what if Steve Irwin became a horrible person? You know, like
that's fair.
What
too.
if he started becoming the Tiger King? You know. And now we lost him in a worse way.
That's actually very valid too.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets tough, because you can only see people from the outside. Obviously, people, when it's trying to change a timeline based on somebody who's passed or like that influence, it could go south, because you never know how things would have changed with the way that times change. And so it could either be very good or very bad, because you only see people for like. And obviously, people like that you don't know personally, and it's been so long.
And you got the rose-colored glasses.
I don't know how they are.
And
It's like you've
too,
got look at same thing with like Bob Ross. Bob Ross is known to be that very positive, inspirational, like having those positive people that are gone.
Yeah,
those would usually be the first to think like they need to be brought
Mr.
back. Like, we need that positivity, but with the way times change, that might not be so positive anymore.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. That'd be fun to save, like, Bob Ross. That'd be interesting. I mean, almost not like you can't save him. He was old anyways. Yeah. He did all of his stuff when he was older. But, like...
Right.
It'd be fun to see, like, if you just went back to see, like, how a battle would be effective if you just gave, like, this one dude a machine gun. With, like, 1,000 rounds. And just be like, all right, well, let's see what he does with it.
Well, and I think... realistically, like for a good answer to that question, stuff like that would be more realistic. Like, because when it does come down to you've got positive people in the world, I think it still sticks with that influence. Like, their positivity surpassed them, and so it's the memory and the honor that like keeps that positive mindset. I'm just like, you know what? I can just think back to somebody like that when I want to have that positivity in my life and keep pushing forward. And it's like, you want to have those kind of people around, but the memory of them might be what pushes a little bit more positivity out there currently.
They push more people to become like them.
Right.
You know, like Robin Williams, that one hit me hard. And then I was like, I got to start making more people laugh, you know?
Yeah.
But, hey, maybe if he'd stuck around, we would have found out some crazy shit about him. And
exactly.
Maybe he was a
Jeffrey
person,
Epstein.
You know?
Who knows? Probably not. I think he's a good
Hopefully not.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I definitely don't think so.
Great. I'm keeping him. He was great.
You know, he definitely didn't do that.
He accidentally stole a few jokes, but
I don't think he stole.
What comedian didn't though?
Mm-hmm. It was just different premises.
Bo Burnham.
Yeah. It was also he would ad lib a lot and then like just forget that he heard the joke from somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't him really stealing. It was just like, this is a funny joke and I gotta make you laugh.
Right.
Yeah. But no,
I'd say overall good answers though. I miss Steve Irwin.
Yeah. No, I think it's always fun because that's the thing. Is like it really becomes like there's a lot of things you'd want to do, and it's just like which one would you want to do?
Right. Because it's the side of it. Like, do I want to troll? Do I want positivity? Do I want to just like, this would be fun? Like there's a lot of different areas for a lot of different ways you'd want it to go. And you just
convince like what's his name, Van Gogh. It's like, dude, don't cut your fucking ear off. What are you doing? And then see if he becomes a legend because he didn't do that. Doubt it.
Well, it's the whole, like, it's a depressive saying, but I always look at it more positive, where art becomes more worth more after you die.
Yeah.
It's the same with influence and everything. Like, it's naturally a very depressive thing to say, where a lot of artists would be like, my art will get big when I die, but it's like, it's not really as depressive.
Unfortunately, it's the sad truth, though, and that sticks kind of with anything. And not to continue the depressive, but just the truth behind, like, even just anybody. Like, somebody passes, their name is talked about more than when they're here. And it's just kind of that thing of, like, it sucks because it's a good mixture of people who just maybe don't care as much until somebody's gone, and then they realize, like, oh man, or it's just there's a mixture of that and the clout. Yeah. And then on the other side of it, it's like whoever that person may be, it's like they probably didn't even realize how many people genuinely may have cared until they're gone. And it's just like, it's across all aspects. So once somebody's gone, somehow they are more popular than when they were still here.
Oh yeah. Well, because it's all of a sudden it becomes like, well, what would they have done then, and what, you know, every single time, and then it's just tons of speculation instead of what they did and definitive answers.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
You know, all that, it's just more what ifs.
We're very close to goodbye.
We are.
So I will give you the last minute, roughly. You guys say the goodbye for us. Like, comment, subscribe, give a shout out, whatever you want.
Yeah, feel free. But I
I guess subscribe to our OnlyFans.
Yeah, OnlyFans.com/naughtybagel is mine.
Sultry sausage.
We don't have a name for ours yet, but we're making it. So
those are our video game names.
Yeah, I've been Naughty Bagel since like 9th grade.
I made mine sultry sausage because
my
other
Tony
one was
Danza.
My other one was Chip Dip 17 because that was the food I was craving when I was 17. So,
we're gonna say goodbye. Like, comment, subscribe to us. Check out
Vicious
Elements.
Yeah, Vicious Element Clothing Company. Link in the
I almost said entertainment. I'm sorry.
Link in the bio. Hopefully, I'm gonna try and, if I can, get a link of the Sparrow artwork. So hopefully, if you're a video watcher, I'll throw that in when we're talking about it. But thank you guys for listening. Check out the company. Link in the comments.
Bye.
Description. Bye, guys.
Gang.